All right, today is the 19th of July 2019, and we are at RecCon Montana. And so we have found an awesome opportunity to talk to someone who's been introduced to the WEA for a long time. And so, who are you?
My name is John Taylor. I'm from Missoula, Montana. I got introduced to the WEA kind of by a fluke. To be honest, I was part of a Himalayan climbing expedition, and I wanted to improve my skills. And so I was kind of looking around for things that might help me. And so I sent off things to different organizations, and the WEA was the first one to respond back to me. And so I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll go. I saw Paul Petzel's name there, and I thought, having heard about National Outdoor Leadership School, that this was an offshoot or something like it. So I took a chance and sent my money in, an application, and got a, hey, come on down and do this for a couple of months. So I took off and spent a couple of months down in the, I think it was in the Idaho wilderness area. So, you know, I got time, and at that time Petzel was part of there, and he was out with us hiking and doing stuff. He was an interesting character. Didn't get much one-on-one with him, but would sit around and hear stories that he would talk about the 10th mountain and some of his things when he was climbing back in the Himalayas. And the one thing I do remember, every time we went hiking, we got to our campsite, he dropped down into his long underwear, crawl into a sleeping bag and go to sleep, and it could be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And so that was, I always thought, kind of interesting, but it was just interesting to sit there and talk. I think the WEA, along with other things I've done, kind of helped me, because for a short period of time I ran my own outdoor school here up in the Kalispell area, and I think it's just kind of helped me be safer and wiser in the mountains when I took my kids out hiking and stuff. So it prepared me with some skills that I use and still use to this day. You know, I don't know what else you want me to say. Ask me some questions.
And so, outside of the direct outdoor field, how has the lessons that you learned from the WEA help you with judgment and decision making? Has that at all been important?
Oh, I think so. I think it's helped, because you know, when you're forging that river and you're trying to figure out where's the safest point to forge, how are we going to do this? How are we going to cross this snow field? I think a lot of that, where you're sitting down, you're looking, you're going through a process of determining the safest routes, and I think that carries over to everyday life. I mean, it could be, right now I live in Japan, so obviously I think about my routes in Tokyo, because I can easily get lost there. But you know, I have my landmarks. I think a lot of that goes back to the WEA and the things I learned in the mountains about picking your landmarks, where to go, picking routes, you know, decision making about, do I really need to do this at this time, or can I wait? And I think it's probably one of the biggest things is, you know, is this the safest place to cross something, or can I go down a little farther, and do I have to rush? Not to rush things.
Excellent. Well, thank you for coming to RecCon and visiting with us. And we're so happy to hear from some of our past alumni. And
so, 1984.
Yeah. And I hope that you have a wonderful day out here.
Thank you.